What is up, Cradix? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Double Money Event Week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for August 22nd through August 28th, 2024. Now, for new content, Rockstar has adjusted the rotation of certain series modes to improve matchmaking. And we finally have the new Assault on ATT-16 Aircraft Carrier Adversary mode, which is actually a multi-stage mode consisting of 5 stages on land, air, and sea. But anyways, the current prize ride for this week is the Dubachi Wagner. It's primarily based on the Aston Martin Valkyrie prototype and has a normal price of about 1.5 million. To get it for free this week, you have to place top 2 in an LS CarMate Series race for 4 days in a row. In regards to performance, it's in the supercar class and is a top 5 performing vehicle in that class, not factoring in HSW. It's arguably the best budget supercar in the class for performance. Just a really nice car to drive with a great balance of handling and speed. Highly recommend trying to acquire this one this week. Continuing to the test ride vehicles, we have the Pagani, the Comet SR, and the ETR1. And all 3 of these are Remove website cars, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them. And for current gen console users, we have the Hakachu Drag as the HSW test ride vehicle. Continuing to the casino podium vehicle, we have the Dinka Jester Classic. It is primarily based on the Mark IV Toyota Supra and has a normal price of just under $800,000. In regards to performance, in the sports class, it is a below average performing car in that class, and that's mainly due to the fact that it unfortunately has these slow handling flags, which makes it go slow over bumps. But other than its disappointing performance, the styling and customization is really good on it, plus all the Fast and Furious livery references, etc. If you don't already own one, I would definitely suggest attempting to get it off the casino wheel this week. In terms of the dealership cars and luxury autos, we have the Niobe and the Paragon S. Continuing to Simeons, we have the Morgan, the SC1, the Jester, Warner, and the Double T as well. And all of these are Remove website vehicles, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them. Moving on to the discounts, in terms of property discounts, we have 30% off the hangars, as well as the upgrades and renovations for them. Continuing to the vehicle discounts, starting off with Legendary Motorsport website, we have 30% off the Entity XXR. This one's in the supercar class and is one of the slowest vehicles in that class for track performance, and that's mainly due to the fact that it unfortunately has these slow handling flags. Also, the customization is pretty average as well. Not really anything too crazy. This is one of those cars you buy for the styling, and that's really it. Just some nice eye candy in the garage. The performance is just terrible. Even the OG Entity XF gets a better lap time than this thing around a track. It's that bad. Anyways, next up we have 30% off the Omnis EGT. This one's in the sports class and is a mid-tier performing car in that class. Not really all that quick, but it does offer a Monty Tech. It has good customization, and the styling I think is personally pretty great, although I think it's a little overpriced even with its discount. Continuing, we have 30% off the Jugular. This one's in the sports class and is a top 15 performing car in that class. Just an absolute monster for track performance and one of my favorite sedans of the game. It's just really nice to drive. It has a great exhaust note derived from the XA21 and some good customization on top of that. I think it's a great deal at this price. Moving along to the Siren San Andreas website, we have 30% off the Dominator GTT. So this one's in the muscle car class and is a top 10 competing car in that class, not factoring in HSW. And that's due to its great handling and acceleration, although its top speed is a bit below average. But the styling and customization on this thing is phenomenal, and I think it's a great deal at this price. Next up, we have 30% off the Remus. This one's in the sports class and is a below average performing car in that class, so not all that quick. But being a tuner's DLC car, the styling and customization is great. Continuing, we have 30% off the BF Club. This one's in the compacts class and is the fastest non-HSW car in that class. The handling of this thing is incredible. It basically handles like a top tier sports car, and its front wheel drive on top of that, I would argue it's probably the best handling front wheel drive car in the game, and it also offers some good customization. Overall, highly recommend this car at this price. On to the Warstock website, we have 30% off the Buzzard, and yes, it says free for me. That was a holiday gift from Rockstar a while ago, but I already owned it at the time. So for everyone else, the sale price will be about 1.2 million. It's a very useful aircraft to spawn in quickly through the CEO menu. Now granted, the Sparrow from the Kasaka is better, but this is a great alternative if you're waiting for a cooldown on your Sparrow or a Presser Mark II or whatever. And lastly, on Toledo's Travels website, we have 30% off the Nimbus Heli and the Velatus Jet. These are both Pegasus vehicles with no customization, so keep that in mind. If you bring them into the hangar, you can only respray them. Moving along to the gun van with the following weapons available this week, and 30% off the Gusenberg Sweeper as well. In regards to double money, we have double money NRP on LSA operations for those of you who own an Avenger with the operations terminal upgrade. Double money NRP on business battles. And lastly, the new Assault on ATT 16 adversary mode. And that's sadly it for double money. Now strangely, we do have 2 hanger crates guaranteed from Rooster sourcing them this week for you. However, it is not double money on crate sales themselves. Very annoying. Rockstar has really been trolling us hard lately with the lack of business bonus money, but I guess it is what it is. And for the weekly challenge, if you win 2 rounds of the new adversary mode, you'll get 100k. Continuing to the weekly vehicle robberies from the Salvage Yard business, again, these only change once per event week. We have the Podium robbery with the Zaruso, the McTony robbery with the Swinger, and the Duggan robbery with the Ballista Conjo. And of course, none of these are claimable this week. And lastly, for the time trials, this week's normal time trial is Del Perro Pier. I recommend a quick bike for this one. For the premium race, we have the Motorcycle Race, A Sign of Things to Come. I highly recommend the Power Surge for this race. And if you're on current gen, I highly recommend using the HSW Hakachu Drag. And lastly, for current gen console users, the HSW time trial is Del Perro Beach. As always, the HSW Hakachu Drag will be the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, this is a really tough one for me between the Jugular and the BF Club. But ultimately, I'm going to have to choose the Club because of its usefulness for non-HSW compact car races. And even in races where you're competing with an HSW Brioso, if it's a very corner-intensive track with not too many straights, the Club can actually beat the HSW Brioso on some of those tracks. But regardless, it's still a great car, and I highly recommend getting it again if you don't already own it. Anyways, guys, overall, this event week has pretty good vehicle discounts, a property on sale, the new adversary mode, but it falls short in regards to double money. So close to being an actual good event week. All they had to do was just put the hanger crates on double money, but they didn't. So anyway, overall, I think this event week deserves a 5 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Anyways, again, guys, thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.